The pundits thought she might run for president. Now there's feverish speculation that Senator Elizabeth Warren will become Hillary Clinton's vice presidential pick. But is it a realistic scenario or just another case of wishful thinking by the political media? Adam Riley has more.
The idea that Elizabeth Warren could be Hillary Clinton's running mate has been kicking around for a while.
I think she's going to be Veep.
But this week, that speculation reached a fever pitch after Clinton campaign chairman John Podesta told the Boston Globe there is no question that there will be women on Clinton's list of possible VP picks. That threw the media into a tizzy. After all, the Globe and others noted Warren could help woo Bernie Sanders supporters and seems eager to be a Democratic attack dog.
She deliberately chose language designed to infuriate Donald Trump.
Still, there were a few skeptics. The political newsletter Masterlist said Clinton needs a moderate sidekick, adding, Clinton may be a bad campaigner, but she's not dumb. Also noteworthy, Warren has called Clinton's shift on bankruptcy reform a case study in how money corrupts politics.
The credit card companies have been giving money, and they have influence.
What's more, it's not even clear that Warren wants Clinton to be the nominee.
Do you think she's the future of the Democratic Party?
Well, I think we have to see.
Something we're rarely willing to do with Warren herself.
I mean, I always say, I don't know what it is about the media and why they just seem so adoring and they want it to happen. It's almost like there's an agenda with it. But when you look even at that last little bit, I mean, Elizabeth Warren, is not really all that media friendly. She doesn't talk, she doesn't answer questions. And I also think that, when Hillary eventually is the nominee, that the Bernie Sanders people will follow. And it's very it's an extremely unlikely scenario. It's sexy and, I mean, it would be groundbreaking, but it's just so unlikely. And yet I feel like there's some boosterism involved here.
Oh, they're definitely booster in it. This is a great story for the Boston Globe to pick up, and it brings Elizabeth Warren back into the spotlight a little bit. Well, there's logic to it because if you look at the issue positions between Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren, they're virtually the same. Her rhetoric about Wall Street, again, you could put those in Bernie's mouth and nobody would know the difference. But I think what's so obvious is there's no chemistry between Hillary and Elizabeth Warren there. It would be like Reagan and Bush back in 1980, and it took a while for them to get through it. But I think right now as soon as John Podesta mentioned women, which he had to do. Can you imagine him saying
no women.
No women are on the list? He had to say that.
Exactly.
But it just it brought this back open.
It's crazy.
She's looking, every vice presidential pick is there to solidify the party base, and then you get going forward. She only does that a little bit. I'm a Cory Booker. My money's on Cory Booker. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's possible that Hillary Clinton will pick a woman, but Elizabeth Warren doesn't strike me as the most logical choice. I mean, just in political terms, despite what's going on with the Bernie Sanders campaign right now, it's more likely that Hillary Clinton will want to move to the center than to the left.
I know, but the whole point is that the media was running away with this idea.
They were going crazy with it. They love the idea.
Love it.
It's just, but as you say, Elizabeth Warren has a reputation of running away from reporters in certain situations. She ran a good campaign to get elected, but she didn't run a great campaign. It doesn't sound
and
like
also, I think getting into the race, she would be logically the one that everybody would turn their attention to, and Hillary Clinton's not going to want that.
Well, that's the other problem. With the media and with everybody else, Elizabeth Warren would kind of outshine Hillary Clinton.
With respect, I disagree with you all. I think it wasn't a case of boosterism. It's a case of, well, these primaries are over. What's our next story? And the next story is speculation about VP. And so if you're going to speculate wildly. She's obviously not anywhere near, for all of the things that you mentioned, a VP candidate. I was one of the few people that believed the woman when she said, I'm not running for president. Everybody said, she's running.
I believe it.
5,000 articles about she's running. I said, she's not running. She said it. And so in the same way, she's not going to be VP, but there had to be some fresh story because, let's face it, we're all sick of, is Trump going to win the next thing? Is Bernie going to go to have a big rally? So There you go.
You're right. They did it with Deval Patrick too. I can still get some people ringing in my ears saying he's definitely running for president.
I do think that the right lens to look at Elizabeth Warren as a potential vice presidential candidate isn't how she did in her campaign for Senate. I think it's more how she connects through social media and through digital platforms to an adoring base of liberal fans all across the country. I don't know if you saw the rant that she went on against Ted Cruz the other day, where he had sort of complained about how hard it was to run for president. She just went Facebook post after Facebook post, tweet after tweet, really powerful message. I do think this is a sign that we're shifting into the general election, and that it's very smart of Podesta and Clinton's team to sort of make that transition very easy for the media to make and sort of say we're done with Bernie now. I still say my money's on Tim Kaine. I think he's the right.
Kaine.
Yeah, I think he's the proper choice.